This is episode 1004. We're talking about the youngest president, a camel attack, and the worst place to have a funeral. Whiskey Brothers Podcast coming up next.
From Houston, Texas,
The Whiskey Brothers.
Welcome, everybody, to 1004. I did it. I got it right on the fourth one. 1004. That's a lot of podcasts. Slade Ham, Trey Tutson, Sam Damaris, Jerry Wayne Longmire. We're all in here. You guys are here, too. You're in the chat. I see you now. We appreciate you. Hey, how do you not have a six-pack, they want to know, from lifting all that hair every morning, Sam?
Ah.
Boat food. Hill of Police. Working over to the right in back of house. That is, it's heavy.
Very.
You have it in 3 packs now?
Four. That's
yeah,
dope, man.
Big ass, strong. I was in Belize.
Is it easier to carry this way?
It stays off my neck, stays on my face.
Hits a lot less strangers?
Hits a lot less strangers, but
Do
if I
people
do
touch it
anything,
more?
I just feel dunk in my back. I'm just like, yeah, that's a lot of hair.
Do people still want to touch it?
Constantly, yeah. It's sometimes you just sit at a bar and you just feel somebody do it, and I turn around and I'm like, please let me know you. Please let me know you, because like if I know you, I can just be like, hey man, could you not do that? Whatever. But if I don't know you, I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to have to go off on somebody right now.
Yeah.
I think it looks
I'm
cool as
gone.
shit, but I really like the way you're like, you've got these reverse widow peaks that are trying to come in and form a new red line.
Oh, shit.
You see them on both sides. They're like trying to come in like, hey.
Bro, can you go get implants and make them connect? That might be the coolest. You look like you're always wearing a motorcycle helmet if you do that. If you just get it all the way around. Just get do the middle part too. And just the whole, you'll look like Gambit.
Like a fucking weave.
You'll look like actual bishops.
I don't.
All right,
I'm trying to see what y'all see.
So, look, these little
at-
things on the side,
You know
if
where
they
your
grew,
widow's peaks are?
Oh,
They're
and
like-
connect to the
now. No,
eyebrows,
okay.
and then connect all the way around, you got a nice
That's
little.
okay. Now I see what y'all
because
saying.
the top's pulled back. So
Yeah.
You're having to look at him straight on. You don't get the luxury of the sidey peaks.
I was actually looking at his eyes. I was looking forth. I'm like, I don't
What you
see
looking
it.
at his
Look
eyes
like
for?
Well, I would-
Slow down
Because
now.
you won't give him the time of day anymore, Jerry. Because you're on TikTok all the time, Jerry. Because we're not what we used to be, Jerry. Ask me why. Looking in his eyes again, Jerry. 2 girls, no cup, motherfucker.
Oh jeez.
Fucking funny.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cheat on you in front of you.
Did I?
I usually do that behind your back.
Dan Danzy says you were great in Battlefield Earth. So that's
You know
a
what,
fucked
man?
up Travolta joke.
I will take it because I swear, if the next motherfucker who thinks he's being original with a Predator joke,
Okay.
next month will be 15 years I've had these on my head. I probably heard Predator 15,000 times.
I used to travel with Chris Shaw all the time. So
Yeah.
Predator, Marley.
Every MC everywhere we went, hey, I'm gonna make a Predator joke. Oh yeah. Oh, you are? Really cool.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's just. It's like, oh, do you eat green eggs and ham? When I tell them my name, I just look at motherfuckers just like, really.
Oh, they go Dr.
Oh, they
Seuss
went
on
with
you.
I Am
God,
Sam
yeah.
that way. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You went with the
Do you like
killer.
green eggs and ham? And I just,
No,
That is so weird. Like you're getting a lot of Dr. Seuss hate.
Oh
That's,
God, it happens all the time. The other one is the other was people say it's Sambo and they don't know the history of it. It was like,
oh yeah, don't.
hey, what's going on, Sambo? Like, hey. So here's the thing.
Sambo. Is it spelled with an
it's
X?
some old racist shit.
Look Black Sambo.
Yeah.
It was an old like a cartoon or some
Yeah.
I've learned from the internet when people start talking like this, my job is to just look curious,
Yeah.
like I'm learning stuff.
shit. Well, people.
Well,
do
there
it.
was a restaurant train
Yeah.
called that, and they had to. I think they became Hojos or something.
And the thing is,
Howard
people.
Johnson.
Wait, so
Jerry, I feel like you be getting all the facts mixed up. Like, it be
Maybe. I don't know.
People do it because of Rambo, and they just like, oh, okay, Sambo, and
Yeah.
they don't know, and then I'm just like, well, here's the thing,
oh, that's.
and it doesn't bother me because I know that they're not saying it like that,
intent, yeah.
and then I'm like, you just don't know though, do you?
Yeah.
I had a little dog named Sammy, a little wiener dog, and I was hollering out to him one day, calling him Sambo. And my dad was like, hey, oh, hey. I was like, what? He goes, you can't just be hollering that out. And I was like, why? He goes, well, just You can't, okay?
Because my generation did some really fucked up shit.
Me and my
I
brothers.
thought that was going another. Hey! Just call the N-word.
That was my Uncle Larry. Don't sugarcoat it, son.
If you gonna say it.
There's a quicker way.
Cut corners.
Same amount of syllables.
You got to work harder, not smarter, not harder, boy.
And boy, that's another one. You can just use that one. One syllable. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Sam and Bo and all these other syllables.
I seen that in a fucking Conroe Walmart one time.
Oh, boy.
A dude. Yeah.
Wait, start at the door.
So
Don't cut to the story. Walk me to it.
so the guy working in the tire area was a black dude, and this redneck dude goes, "Look, boy," and that guy just come over the fucking counter. It's like, "You call me no boy, motherfucker!" Was off in his ass. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah,
I just giggled and watched.
I've had to scream at some people.
I've heard,
Hillbilly about to get his ass whipped.
I've heard people like do it
He
towards
was
me
trying
or
to
whatever.
get some Michelin.
And sometimes like, hey boy, like it's just some old dude, whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you hear it, I just fucking turn and give him the death stare, and in 2 seconds of looking at you, I can tell whether you meant it the wrong way, or you're like, oh yeah, by the way, that was really fucked up. I am so sorry. It's like,
Yeah, that's nobody has the market cornered on the word boy, but
No, I mean
tone,
like we boys.
tone has everything to do with it.
boy, when it's got
Yeah.
the extra
boy.
syllables
It's got a downstroke on it.
and it ends with an H, it's
Yeah. If you got a boy, you're all right, but
Yeah.
you can't downstroke a boy.
It's got to end in an
What?
I got to find a better way to say that.
the Catholic Church would disagree.
But in fairness, y'all all
You see why it's cornered? He said, "Oh, you said it's cornered."
in fairness, y'all all knew that wasn't racist.
We knew, but you didn't know. You caught you. Wait, Slade, what did we mean?
I gotta find a better
Slade,
way.
what was we saying?
Episode title.
I'll see if we can get by with it.
Oh my God!
The words by themselves are okay.
Just
Don't
call
worry
it
about
get
it.
up on the downstroke.
Oh, downstroke a boy, and we're going to see how YouTube's feeling about us.
God,
That's
damn, Slade, how did you do that? It's replaying, and I'm like, wow, this is messed up on a lot of levels.
It sounds like a redneck insult. I don't even know why. Downstroke a boy.
sounds like a sounds like a band none of us would listen to. Downstroking the boys.
Golly, sounds
Yeah.
like your Pentecostal church.
Woo!
It's all the wrong things.
All right, we actually, believe it or not,
That was quick.
We
have,
need a palate cleanser after that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another shot. Woo!
I'm just gonna make sure I upstroke all the boys.
I'm gonna be high fiving the boys. Hey, up top.
Oh, I accidentally downstroke nobody. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide where we're gonna go. We got questions. You want to talk about the Illuminati? I want to mention Lisa Lampanelli's snap set earlier this week because I haven't appreciated something so much in a long time. I don't know if you saw it. It was on Reddit, and I don't know if it's gone viral yet or not. It may not. She was at a show, and you only see 3 minutes of it. That's why it's always telling.
It's
right?
enough.
But no, it's 3 minutes, and it's at the end of an hour. And there's somebody yelling at her, and she loses her shit. She goes, "Fuck you," and "Shut the fuck up," and being Lisa. And they don't. And then somebody from the crowd goes, "I love you, Lisa." And she goes, "Stop fucking yelling because you're in high alert. You're on." 3 minutes of this, she tries to get these people kicked out, blah, blah, blah. She's telling everybody to shut the fuck up. They won't, and she finally just throws the mic down and walks out the room, and she had already done an hour. Like, I'd have walked way sooner than that. I'd play the audio. The point is, it's Lisa, and you kind of, how are you mad that she yells at you when you come to a show?
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
And then also, if you're
Queen of
her,
Me.
where is the line in what is, and this is, you've seen this happen with me a lot. Where is the line of interactivity? Where is it drawn between the comic and the crowd? It should be only the person you're talking to. Is
Correct.
the way I feel about it.
True.
But does that sort of interactivity does that give the audience certain permissions that they don't normally have? Because it's hard for me to be upset at a crowd for yelling stuff at Lisa, even though it's understandable for her to walk out.
Well, what if you made a woman cry and go hide in the kitchen?
God. All right, we're talking about my show now.
Yeah.
This is
Because she couldn't go back
Which
out there.
one?
Well, you remember that at the improv?
Which one?
When she took off crying and she ran off into the kitchen on accident thinking it was the way out.
I was in
And
the
then
kitchen.
she's like, I can't go back out there.
I was in the kitchen. She came in. We were like, "Hey, you can't come in here." She's like, "I can't go back out there." Yeah, I was in the kitchen. Oh yeah.
can't go
She
anywhere.
just stood in the
But-
hallway and cried.
Okay, but I was not. Where she was? All right, I
The
don't know.
line is, yeah, you're right. The line is drawn at whoever it is that you're talking to. Although, there's some weird sort of trying to police it where I'm trying to talk to this person. This doesn't give everybody the opportunity to talk, but it does open it up for that. Like,
'Cause I've been
once
told-
that's kind of like that, then it's like, all right,
That's
it's
what I've been
like
told.
You're accepting. Now you're accepting whatever.
You broke the wall.
You broke the wall.
This stopped
Exactly.
being a monologue at that point, and
Yeah.
once you invite them in, then they're allowed in,
You got to know how to manage your way through that.
and that's
And
there
her-
is something to that.
Her show's very interactive like that. I mean, it's
'Cause-
Don Rickles.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is that like Rickles charged extra money for the first 2 rows,
Yes.
and that if you weren't there, you didn't get hit.
It's
And
like
people
going to see
paid it.
Absinthe in Vegas.
But that's the thing is that so it's Lisa's show, The Queen of Mean, right? She goes off on some dude or whatever, and you watch it happen. Some people come to Lisa's shows and like, ooh, get me next. So when they see that she's already out there, like you said, the wall's been broken. Ooh, me next, and they'll just fucking pipe up and do shit like that. And you know, I mean, you've marketed yourself that way, but. I mean, and I've seen you do this too, and all of us, I think, have. Where it's like, you're going, and then somebody else pops in and is like, hey, man, tell that guy to shut the fuck up. And I'll just turn and look at that person like, I got this.
Yeah.
Like, I do. No.
She says a lot of that. She goes, "I don't need y'all to defend me." There's some. I mean, but it is once you throw that grenade of conversation into the room, you have to know how to navigate that a little bit.
Once you invite that interactivity, you've invited it.
But also, once you've done an hour, you're allowed to piece the fuck out. I
Yep.
do believe
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
And that's
Contractually
no,
done.
are people shitting on her for that? Because I don't fault her for that at all.
3 minutes on Reddit, and you know how people are.
Well,
They're,
fuck it.
I can't believe, blah blah blah, and that's it. Nobody's
You
looking
can't
at
believe- You
the.
can't believe. Fuck off.
You're on Reddit.
If you ain't never done the job, you ain't had to fucking do it. Fuck off.
Sambo is a form of martial arts too. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Sambo is a form of martial arts.
That's from the chat. That's not me just interject. For somebody listening at home thinking I've been sitting here sitting
Looking
on
for
ways
a
to
reason
defend
to
it.
say it. I gotta find some way to justify saying it one time.
Hey, non sequitur.
It'd be wild if you learned it just to say it.
Is it not?
If you learn
hang on.
something,
Is it not Sambo? S-A-N.
It's Sambo. It's a
Sambo.
martial
Okay.
art.
I thought it had an N in it.
Sambo is the little kid in
Yeah.
Africa, and Sambo is the martial
Okay,
art.
so I don't actually know and maybe this is treading and to get us kicked off YouTube territory. What is the story behind? I don't know the story behind.
I believe
We
it
can
was
skip
a-
it, but
Yeah,
I just-
it was.
I'm happy to just be like, this is a thing. I've never said it in my
I
life.
thought
I
it
don't
was
know
a
how to.
racist Disney cartoon.
It was a black kid, a loincloth with an afro, and I believe like
Oh snap! This
Oh.
is ringing a lot of bells now.
yeah,
It's like from the 40s and 50s. I think.
Still not gonna Google it.
yeah, it's dope.
Not on this IP.
God, I believe there was a tiger after him or some shit, and some to do with pancakes. I remember that.
I remember reading about the restaurant chain having to change their name like
Maybe that's
after
where the
like
pancakes came
15, 20 years.
You were just already in the kitchen. That's
But they literally named their restaurant after that cartoon. Like that's where it came from. And it was a chain all across the country.
no, I do remember that. I think
That's why. You know what's funny? F is for Family did a funny spin on that in it. They the restaurant everybody went
Whoa,
to was
whoa, whoa.
called.
F is for Family did something funny?
I've never seen it.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah, okay, all right. They had they named the restaurant the Flying Slave, and it was a black kid. It's a black kid, but I'm saying I think it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
after
yeah, it
that he's
probably
talking
is.
about like that. It
What
was this chain.
What
of
was the
these-
logo from the old
from that
restaurant?
one?
It was the cartoon.
It was. Oh wow, that's insane.
Oh, so you can't even plead.
No,
like,
it wasn't like we just like the name. It was no.
No, this is what we do.
I think Howard Johnson bought them out and turned them all into Hojos.
That's astounding.
And why does Hojo sound like
Sounds
the
way
sequel?
worse.
Hojo sounds way more
way
racist,
worse.
doesn't it?
It's racist and sexist.
Sambo and Hojo.
Children's book, The Story of Little Black Sambo, published in 1899.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh well, we were
yeah.
very forward thinking back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. One of the overseers in
nobody
Uncle Tom's
vote?
cabin is
I
named
mean,
Sambo.
That's a time when nobody could vote.
That was like literally, unless you were a 40-year-old white man and up.
Yes.
Oh no, those guys were dead.
That was so you had to be in a very specific window.
Are you wide?
That's when 38 was old age.
That's
How
true,
wide
too.
are you?
That's the problem. That's where it all started. We've been letting motherfuckers be president till they're dead since the beginning. The
Man.
oldest president should have been 40. We were just like, you can do it until you're dead,
Yeah.
and we never stopped.
I saw that meme the other day. It said, you know, across the board, 70 to 80-year-old people are not hired because they're worried their skill sets are gone and their mental faculties are gone, except we exclusively let them run the country.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the only job they can have.
You're too old to fucking.
Walmart greeter or
we
president.
have talked about this. You too young is too
That's why we got a 30. That's why we got a 35-year mark on it.
Okay, but even then you drifted into
I agree.
Well, you
ego
see what
man.
happened with
It's
Bill.
the ego part.
You got a 30. The mid.
Kanye can't even get a divorce in peace.
Bro, that's-
Imagine if he had won. Imagine if he ran and won. Right now, I voted for
You
him.
know,
but
you know how great his hair would be. He'd be spending so much time looking in the mirror trying to figure out how he turned 80.
this will be. He wouldn't be. He'd be a little worse than Trump, but he'd at least be putting out bangers.
Yeah, but he would
You'd be
look
like, yo,
he
this
would
stress-
look like
this-
Obama.
This Stress album is ridiculous.
Well, Bill Clinton was the youngest, and we see what kind of problems he ran into.
Wait, was he?
Yeah.
How old was he?
Wait.
No,
He
no.
was
Bill
like
Clinton.
39. 40? Yes.
Y'all look this up.
Was the first time he
Can
ran.
you fact check this, man?
Oh,
He's been wrong all week.
JFK was a
JFK
baby,
was
wasn't he?
42.
JFK. No,
All right, now-
JFK was 40.
You just want to segue right into the Illuminati segment? You
We can go right. Yeah, that's a great segue.
Actually, I think Warren G. Harding was younger too, though.
Okay, you're just
Warren-
naming people.
Warren-
I couldn't
Warren
tell you.
G?
If you
just
told me
meant-
Warren Harding, I couldn't
Warren.
tell you the decade of
Well,
like.
here's the thing.
I'm
I didn't count those because 39 in 1960 is not the same as 39 in modern times.
I just don't. I could probably name 6 presidents.
Teddy Roosevelt was
Lifestyle.
42 at inauguration. John F. Kennedy was 43, 236 days. Bill Clinton, 46, 154 days.
So Roosevelt was younger, but he didn't have legs, right? Or was that the other Roosevelt?
No, that's the other
that's the other
Roosevelt.
one.
That's Frank.
Roosevelt got shot in the chest while he was delivering a speech and walked it off.
Oh, he was the one who killed mooses.
Yeah, he
was
went
that
bear
dude.
hunting and he was
Yeah.
a boxer.
But he had
avid
the
boxer.
monocle the whole time.
But did not have the same lifestyle at that age that I suspect Bill Clinton had at 46.
He
Well,
fought mooses in the.
JFK.
Wait, hang on. The dude is drinking whiskey and fighting mooses in Alaska, and Clinton's getting his dick
not-
sucked in the Oval Office with a cigar. I don't think the
But
level of.
also,
And neither of them are fucking
not-
Marilyn Monroe.
and I was finna say, there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel in the way. There's a tunnel built.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally he built tracks. for
Okay,
this
so
bow out.
every young president ran into these problems.
That's
Oh,
my.
and
That's
by
what
the
I'm
way,
saying. about ego.
ironically, fucked Marilyn Monroe in the Roosevelt Hotel.
wow.
They used to block off the
To
Roosevelt
a
Hotel.
George Clinton album that was not yet released.
It was
I know it's a cigar somewhere.
It was Wu-Tang.
It was Wu-Tang.
It was Wu-Tang.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing to fuck
that's
with.
why I say, you know what I mean. You know, you can't go too. The ego is too. So that's why when
That's
you
a
go
danger-
old, they can have an ego, but it's like, what can you?
You got to be you got to be older than I am now for sure.
Okay,
And younger than whatever we've had the last 30 years.
it gotta be a short window. It's gotta be like 45 to 63.
Oh, that's way too
See,
wide.
Here's the problem: is
50
all
to
these
60.
surviving
It's- right now,
presidents
it's
are the
35
same
and
age
up.
right now,
Yes.
which is ridiculous.
Wait, are they all? No,
They're
some
in
of them
the
are.
same. Okay,
They're all older than 70.
Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and Bill Clinton right now are all about the same age.
How old is Bush?
He's younger.
Probably late
George
60s.
W. is younger.
Okay.
Um,
And the
but
older
probably
one
not
died,
far
right?
off.
His dad
Yeah,
died.
oldest one's dead.
And Obama's
he
not
was
in that
his
age
90s.
group.
Okay.
No,
60.
he's not. He was
Obama's
the
60.
last young dude we had.
He's the 5th youngest we had.
He was just smooth.
See, that's the
You
thing.
know what I
These-
mean?
these-
When you
these-
got a wife like Michelle, you like.
You have to understand
this
that if
is
you just
my ego.
look at her, you don't have to pay attention to anything that I'm doing at all.
The president from
Look at those titties.
The president from 1996 should not be the same age as the president in 2022.
Fair enough.
That is total. Listen, I have a problem with octogenarians in general.
Oh, yeah.
Though that we should have a cut. There should be a cliff, and human beings should back up against it like those coins in that
Okay,
game.
your problem goes
And-
deeper.
okay.
Than mine. I just don't want them to drive.
Maximum age. Maximum age.
I
for
just
the
don't want them to
president.
drive and run countries.
Maximum age 57 years old. If you make 2 turns, you're out of there at 65, like everyone else.
Yeah.
If
you-
we gonna
If
make
you
a
were
retirement
58
age,
years old, you're too fucking old to be president. Done.
I'm down with that. That's you. That's a.
I say if you can't wrestle a fucking moose, you don't
That
get
should
the
be our
job.
with a monocle in, bro. He did it with a monocle. Was that the same? Was it
Yeah.
him with the monocle? It's not the wheelchair dude with the
Yeah,
monocle.
No. It's
Okay.
No.
He had a shotgun and a monocle.
Yeah, avid hunter. He's got roped off all our national parks. Gave
Did
us our
it?
national
But was the
park
monocle in the target eye or was it in the other
system.
eye?
Fucking no.
Man, come on, Jerry. If you're gonna study a man, study a man. Y'all want to hear a
I
story?
didn't know until today that he was the youngest. I thought JFK was. I did not know that.
This, bro,
Roosevelt was that
don't
young.
act like this podcast is not educational to people. I'm tired of people acting like this thing doesn't actually drop nuggets of
Over
knowledge
saving
into the world.
lives.
I mean, if you want to get
Jesus.
educated about animal dicks.
Thank you. Speaking of, 2 men in Tennessee. You ready for this? Bobby Matheny and Tommy Gunn. I hate to name him, but his name's Tommy Gunn. They're
White.
both from Tennessee. That's important. It will come into play later. Here's what happened. I'm trying to skip down to the part where I don't tell you everything at once. There was a camel involved. You ready for what's wrong, Trey? You have
Yeah,
it?
good,
Oh,
good.
okay.
No, no,
You
He's
said
got a
bruh.
migraine.
You got a migraine.
Camel in
Yeah, y'all go
Tennessee.
You want a shot? There's a camel in Tennessee. It escaped from a petting zoo. That's important. These 2 men were there voluntarily. It is the volunteer state. They were not summoned. They were there. They were at the farm, the petting zoo, to try and help capture the camel, but it instead cornered them, attacked, and stomped them to death. Yeah, I said it, death. A camel expert who they did not call first, later told the outlet, I'd have called the camel expert first, the guy who knew that they have enough strength to crush arms and legs along with your neck while kicking forward and backwards. These are bilateral kicking monsters.
This
Okay,
is our first episode ever.
did we do a camel story? We did a chicken
Chicken
story.
fight.
That was a chicken fight. This is a camel versus two dudes, bro. And let's be honest, Matheny worked as a janitor.
2 guys, 1 camel.
There's a
2 guys, 1 camel.
So there's a lot
If
of.
we were revealing this by letter,
Yeah.
I would have checked out at C, and you would have gotten a great story because you'll hang in there.
There's a couple of versions of the story around the internet, and they called the dude, the janitor guy at the high school. He's a janitor at the high school, and they called him. They're like, "Hey, this camel's going fucking crazy. Can you come straight?"
Why'd they
camel?"
call it a janitor?
I don't know. I want to know why this dude was on the hotline. Why was he the first call?
Because
Has he
it's-
beat
Clearly,
the shit out of a-
eventually, there was a camel expert.
Yeah.
This is why I'm
But I
stymied.
know they also got to have. This is fucking Tennessee. There's a wildlife department. I'm sure of it. They have bears
But
Yeah,
and
no,
shit.
Jerry,
small
you're
town.
forgetting that before anything, it is the volunteer state.
Anybody get
I just like that this dude showed up. It's like, oh, this motherfucker's really mad. Oh, I'm dead. Okay.
It's so here's
And he
what-
brought along a 70-year-old dude to help him. you
So,
know?
so here's what happened. Deputies showed up. They moved one of the victims into an ambulance, but while they were doing so, the camel reappeared and attacked the sheriff's office vehicle. The officers were forced to put the camel down for the safety of everyone on the scene. Dear God, it's not clear how the camel got loose, but I'll keep reading. Woo! Most animals can only kick back. Hang on, let me do it in the right voice. Most animals can only kick backwards. That's straight out of the mouth of the camel expert. Camels will do a combination of all those things while kneeling forward to crush you,
1,100 pounds.
the expert said. Oh, wait, is there more in here? We shared many laughs. Oh, wait, that's a different person. We shared many laughs.
Yeah, that's everybody remembering. There's no
Okay.
information on the old
Shit.
dude.
5 years of knowing you, 5 years of always counting
That's
on you,
somebody's
5
post.
years of you never failing to be a good coach. Yeah, it's totally
Rest
on
in
Facebook. I'm
peace.
sorry a
I,
camel kicked your face off.
Till he ran
Love
into a
me.
camel.
Eventually, the officers put the camel down.
They shot the
Camel gets more love than me or Trey would. You understand that?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got a hump. Bam, bam. Like you fucking.
Well, to be fair, he was kneeling on their neck first.
Yes.
even say
Yes. Yes.
Oddly, the camel's name Skittles. We're gonna.
Fuck you.
Did they say if the camel's male or female?
I closed the story on Skittles.
man. Hey, I wanted to say this.
Because it's like rutting season. So
What blew my
Where's
mind
Roosevelt when we need him?
is if y'all read they had these.
I read it all, Trey.
They had these dudes' funeral at the school that they worked at.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
they got killed.
So, bro, and I thought about this, like, how bad is it to have your funeral at your shitty workplace?
That's your job.
Like,
I'm gonna
at
be
your
real
job.
talk.
Like, if
If
you,
I die tomorrow and this shit happens here,
yeah. But it's like,
kick me with a camel.
if you work at Church's Chicken and they were just like, hey, look, we gonna be a little slow on biscuits because we got a wake happening over here.
He said he wanted to be buried in a church and he didn't have no money.
We're having a memorial for Earl.
So, you know how most sad that is to go to you at the funeral. You like, this what he died doing. Like,
Sorry, folks, we don't have a buffet at the Pizza Hut today. We have a showing.
But I came here for the buffet, goddammit.
I also was like, how do you pay homage to a janitor? Like, you know, like if a singer died, they sing some of that person's songs.
Mop strings.
They roast.
Jingle your keys, bro.
What
Jingle
is-
your keys.
it's like-
Jingle your keys.
There's just 40 people. Jack.
Jingle those keys.
Hey,
The pallbearers push him like a mop bucket.
yeah.
They ring him out
Go
like
with
this.
And then they throw some of that orange sawdust on.
Oh, like a 4-year-old threw up. I got you. That's strong.
They just
That's
sprinkle,
so
they sprinkle that
funny.
out behind the casket as they're walking to the funeral.
In honor of Tommy, we're gonna all take some trash out.
Everybody take a little piece of Tommy with them on the way.
On the way out. Put it over your back like he would.
They give everybody a little baggie of Tommy.
They just bury him with
We've
those-
gone ahead and graffitied the casket.
weird.
Here's a magic eraser for everybody.
Oh my God.
That bar of that blue soap.
Got a biodegradable urn, like it's like a trash. It's like a little trash bag.
Oh, and all the kids still make fun of him.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
No, the eulogy is all like.
Were kids when you were going to school like so rude to the janitor? Like it wasn't like it was. That was the most. When I was in school, that was like the most. I remember that more vividly than anything. They probably bullied the janitor more than they've bullied anybody else.
Oh, our janitor looked like the Green Mile dude. Nobody fucked
Nobody
with him.
mess with him.
No.
In high
That
school,
big old deep voice like Fezzik from goddamn
Bees came out of his
Princess,
It was
Princess Bride.
for most of the school, through our school I went through, it was mostly Hispanic women. So they were very sweet ladies. Like they were like nice women. Like
Fabuloso.
it was like a very like it was like somebody's Abuela. You know what I'm saying? Like so it was hard to be mean.
You didn't want to be a dick.
You
to
didn't
him.
want to. It was almost like you want to protect that person. They were so sweet. You know. I
Nah,
was
we always
nice
had
to all of them,
dudes.
But y'all probably always had like you know.
We had Ned. Ned was really good at what he did at Bel Air High School. Old black dude, always drunk. Everyone knew it, but he never started any trouble with anybody. He was always really funny. He kept his job. And there was one wing where sometimes you could catch him. He had a locker. He'd open up and just get a little bottle of Crown. He'd take swigs out.
Wow.
And you run in the hallway.
respect
you just run by,
that.
you just
That's
go,
how you do that.
You go, hey Ned, what time is it? He would just, yes, honey, and then go, hey Ned, how much you bench? 240s. and everybody would do it, and he was fucking funny.
That's
and
dope.
Yeah, everyone knew Ned was drunk, but
Yeah.
no one cared.
No one cares.
That's
Yeah.
a, that's
Job
a
done.
that's a strong move though, because you know as a janitor, one of the things you know are which lockers are unoccupied. Nobody else in that school knows the things a janitor knows. The amount of hiding places you have and ways of
All
navigating
the AC ducts and stuff.
dude. I bet more janitors are up to conniving shit than they let up.
Oh, I bet they all got a rub out room somewhere.
I bet there's a
Some laundry closet somewhere on the second floor.
I bet there's a janitor Facebook group that tells all these stories, or a Reddit page.
They know exactly which vent sucks in the air the hardest, and they can stand on a book and sit there and smoke a joint right underneath that motherfucker the whole time they're working.
You have to do drugs if you're a janitor.
You believe that?
Yeah, you gotta do something. My
You
grandmother.
don't think you're doing it for the
My
love?
grandmother did Jesus. That's how she got through. Her and my grandfather did that for like 40 years.
How many times did she come?
And Jesus Christ, I don't.
Wow.
think
That's what-
about it. You know, her
Wow.
OnlyFans is popping. So last week I counted 12. No,
Don't go over the top.
hey man, you can't.
Don't come over the top.
You took it down that road.
Yes, and
all I did was park
I
it.
thought that's the end of the road.
All I did- I parked it.
I was parking it.
You
and
don't have to spike every volleyball tray.
All right.
Fuck.
I know, right? Where were we?
You don't want
Holograms?
you wait, hold on. Hold on. If I
I
can
spit right back at you.
I gotta
That
say
was-
this. If I can, you be trying to act all weird when I'm bringing up all that. You done had wilder situations. I see my grandma naked. You getting tugged on. So don't look
Well,
at
yeah,
me
it
crazy.
gets my will.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't showing up
Looking
at her
at me-
house with a
look at- but I'm
camera.
saying you looking at me wild like you ain't got nothing
Do
wild
you
going
need
on.
the sound effect?
I can't stand the judgment though. He looking at me. Oh, brother Trey, you don't have to spike every volleyball. You getting spiked in the shower.
No. There's a difference in shit happening to you and you showing up for something.
That's my grandma. I gotta be support. What you talking about? You're like I want to be there. Hey,
That's
baby,
where
I
I'm
need you to
judging
come
you.
help
You
me.
got the email like everybody else, bro.
Man, I need you to help me set up. Your grandma getting carpal tunnel and shit, and you want to sit here and judge me.
Oh, I'm not getting notifications about her on my phone.
I gotta check. I gotta let her know about the content so she can keep paying her time.
Any one of these could be her last. You don't want to
Yeah.
not be there.
So I'm supposed to have my grandma in the dark. I'm supposed to have her light's supposed to be off.
How's he gonna know when to show up at the churches if he doesn't follow her Instagram or her OnlyFans?
I gotta go edit and everything. It's a lot of work.
Oh, she's making you edit too?
Yeah, I gotta add like gospel music to the when she
Oh,
taking the
Jesus
robe
Christ.
off. And it's a lot of editing. It's tough, boy.
Beans,
seeing that.
greens, potatoes,
Is this
tomatoes.
episode over?
I let her know though. I'm like, you're getting in shape. I gotta tell you, it's really working out. You about to end up being in a
Ripped.
new genre.
Get her some of them Skechers.
With the sperm on the side? Is that what
Them shape ups.
oh my God.
Ass nigga with some shape up on. That's hilarious.
This is gonna be in your
In a
inbox
bonnet.
tomorrow. You
Anyway, you know what
Gary's
you
gonna
did.
be talking
You know
about
what
this
you
on
did.
TikTok.
You know
Want
what
me
you
to
did
roast your
wrong.
grandma or her vagina? Send them to me. To you guys everywhere that you are. Maybe you just woke up in Australia, but we
He know
welcome
what he
you.
said wrong.
Me? I
No,
did.
Jerry,
It was
Jerry.
out. It was episodes ago. It was Downstroke the Boy. I know what I said.
No,
It was,
I'm talking about.
I know
about me
exactly. I've been
judging.
living with it for 33 minutes, Trey. Let it be.
I'm sorry.
It's still gonna be the episode title if they'll let me
Talking
get
about
out of it. That's all I wrote down for this whole episode.
little shower tug over here. Go ahead.
Let
Don't be
that man,
touching me. Have you been looking at him?
let that man grieve in peace. I am happy to be the only one coming
sorry,
out of this
Jerry.
without a boyfriend. We're the Whiskey Brothers.
Come here.
Jerry, Trey, Sam. I'm Slade. Hilla Felice, running back a house.
Thank you.
Thank you so much showing up and
Hilla.
making sure that all of the boxes get checked. Our producer roster runs deeper. You've moved up to third. It's an upgrade. Thank you to everyone for sending us whiskey and all of our friends along the way. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Pay attention to what we're doing and all the other places we're doing it. Lots of that. Jerry
Since
over
they
on
blue
TikTok.
pins.
And blue pins,
Please send
if you
blue
want me to
pins.
throw them in the trash.
Whiskey and blue pens.
We do need whiskey,
Whiskey,
too, though.
yes.
We'll see you guys very soon.
I believe in good whiskey.